Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We get 6 days away from Christmas. It's hard to believe, and on this December the 19th, it's early Saturday morning, the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming, we believe, as we roll into almost our 20th year on the air. Hello, all you folks in Brownsville on 1520 AM, 95.3 FM. How about News Talk 101.5 in Jackson, Tennessee? And, of course, in the Memphis area on ESPN 790 AM. And we've talked a little ducks, we've talked a little deer, and this guy may want to talk too, but let's talk a little fishing because our good friends at Major League Fishing, Joel Pogger and the rest of those guys, recently signed a new partnership with a leading, I'm talking about maybe the leading foot people in fishing, and that's our good friends at Gruden's, and they've got a partnership with Major League Fishing, become the official footwear and sponsor of the Bass Pro Tour and the MLF Big Five circuits, and we're happy to have on with us this morning on Outdoors with Larry Ray. I can say as a young man compared to me out of Lancaster, Kentucky, that is Bradley Roy. Good morning, Bradley.
Good morning. How are you?
We're doing great, buddy. Let's talk fishing. We've been talking deer hunting, and we've been talking about no ducks here and everything. Let's talk a little fishing and footwork. I'm assuming, though, they go hand in hand. You got to have good footwork to catch fish. So let's.
Yeah, you do. That's right.
And let's talk, because, buddy, I understand you've been doing this a while. Even though, what, are you 30? Something like that? Are you 30 years old? Just had a birthday in November.
Just turned 30. I'm feeling extremely old.
Oh,
but,
did you guys hear that? He said he just turned 30. So, but you've been at it a long time, and I know you're part of this team that are part of Major League Fishing and part of the Gruden's family, the partnership. So talk about the company itself and talk about a little bit about your career and how you got started.
Yeah, so, and you're right. As far as, footwear and, even Gruden's even makes, rain gear and things of that nature. Anything like that, of course, they came on with MLF and the Big Five this year. But that makes sense to that level of the sport, but it also makes sense to me as a partnership. And the reason being is anything that I can partner with or any company I can partner with, it's going to make my job easier or make my job more comfortable. And you guys said you talked about duck hunting and deer hunting, and now we're talking about fishing.
Yeah.
Any three of those sports, if you go out there and you're uncomfortable while you're doing them,
yes,
it's just miserable, and it's not a whole lot of fun. So, with I wear the Deck Boss, the boots, and then you got rain gear, and all that just goes into making me feel more comfortable on the water, and that in turn is going to make me a better fisherman.
I don't think people realize, and I know Frank and Bill would both agree with this, the routine that you guys go through, and you're still a relatively young man. You can ask Mark Davis, you can ask Gary Klein, you can ask all the old-timers. I'm not going to say that, but it's not an easy life to be a professional fisherman when you're on the front of that boat for hours on time, and the injuries that come about, and the wrist injuries, casting, all those different kind of things. You have to be in good shape, but at the same time, you got to take care of your body with what you wear and how you are able to sustain all kinds of weather. Isn't that true?
That's absolutely right. And there's very little times that we actually get a tournament that's canceled or a day of fishing that's canceled. I mean, if it's practice day for me and it's just raining, sleeting, snowing, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I have to go. So having comfortable equipment that can keep me out there a little longer than the next guy is really a big deal. And I know that sounds maybe like a sales pitch, but
no,
it really is. I mean, we've all probably had that rain gear or that footwear that leaks a little or gets us wet. And, man, it just makes you want to go to the house. And but having something that helps you stay in the game and stay focused on fishing, because, like you said, we spend a lot of time on the front deck of that boat, and being comfortable is important.
Well, I'm looking at this, and Bradley, I don't know, a lot of folks may not know. I know you have a lot of fans in this area simply by when I announced that you were going to be on the show. that you were the youngest angler to fish an Elite Series event at 19 years old. Wow.
We've sure came a long way since then. I mean, it seems like just yesterday, certain times, but man, it's been 11 years and blessed. That's one thing I would always say is the good Lord's blessed me. But starting that young, I tell you what, I had to learn fast.
You did, didn't you? Yeah, you had to learn on the run, just about, so to speak. And but you also you've always kept that motto of helping people out. The high school tournaments. I know that you were part of the high school teams and the benefit tournaments, and I see you were even provided financial assistance to the U.S. military service. So you've got all these things going for you. So talk about Major League Fishing and what it's meant to your career.
You know, Major League Fishing was something I kind of kept an eye on for years. It was always fun to watch. Outdoor Channel, different places they had it. But when the Bass Pro Tour kind of came about and I got invited to be a part of it, it was just a really cool opportunity for me. It's a different way to fish. I mean, every bass that we catch over 2 pounds counts.
Yes.
We were used to, of course, the traditional 5-fish limit stuff, and there's nothing wrong with the traditional 5-fish limit. Of course, we still have the big 5 circuits, but the deal with Major League Fishing is it's a totally different game. It's pushed me to be a better fisherman because no longer can I catch 5 and kind of rest back on that and just think of a way to catch a bigger one. I've got to be catching fish all day long, and it's really changed, some of my mindset, my strategy. But I feel like overall it's pushed me to be a better fisherman, and I love that. You said you were talking about deer hunting. I love to deer hunt, and the reason I love to deer hunt and fish is because it's a challenge. Major League Fishing has definitely presented another challenge to me, outside of a 5-fish limit format.
Are you still doing your deer guiding service? You still do that, or is that?
Yeah, so I work with a company or organization, Whitetail Heaven Outfitters. I help them. I used to help them a little bit more full time, but it's a good friend of mine that owns it, and I'll jump in there and help him, during his peak times, this time, November-ish or so. But I don't do it full time like I used to, partly because I like to deer hunt myself a lot, and the other is because the fishing part for me has gotten so busy, just the business side of it. Well, I have a tough time guiding as much as I used to.
I love the name, Whitetail Heaven Outfitters. That's where I want to go. That sounds like where I need to be. And I did notice, and these guys, you got to like a guy's favorite food is pork chops. Okay, Bradley? I mean, I looked down and I saw that, and it said favorite food, pork chops. You'd fit in really good in our area. There's no doubt about that. Right, Bill?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, I knew I'd get a people in. I know Frank would like this, and you got to explain this to me because it said favorite hobbies, deer hunting, obviously, diesel trucks. Now that kind of threw me for a little bit now, Bradley. So talk. What does that mean?
So yeah, I mean, maybe I've grown out of that a little more than probably when that was listed.
No, don't ever grow out of it now.
I spend a lot, obviously I spend a lot of time hunting, fishing, that nature. But I drive a diesel truck. I actually used to spend some time doing some sled pulling, truck pulling. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
And we did it all with diesel trucks. I've got a lot of good friends that do it.
Really?
So we spent the time. That was what we spent time souping up all our diesel trucks. And
oh my gosh! Okay.
Kind of what we did. So
pork chops and diesel trucks, buddy. You got to be a good guy. I mean, you can't get around that. And you talked a lot about your faith, Bradley. Talk about that to my listeners out there.
Yeah, I mean, faith for me is obviously something that's near and dear to my heart. But for me, it's just what helps me, get through day-to-day life. And Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. And for beyond that, I mean, that's the most important thing in life. And then family, and then fishing and hunting and all that comes way down the line. But it all ties in together.
It does.
And I feel like tries to make me strive to be a better person and keep my business relationships the way they should, and try to represent Christ the best way I can. And that's just what I try to strive to do. I fail on a daily basis, but it all just kind of goes together, and that's why I enjoy being in his great outdoors, fishing and hunting and doing the whole nine, because some people always say you feel closer to him and you get to see it firsthand, but it's just a really cool experience.
Hey, Frank, who does that sound like, Frank, that we know?
Larry, I'm not hearing it very well. I'm sorry.
You can't hear that? We hear you're good, all right? His faith and fishing and family. Who does that sound like that we know?
Sounds good.
What person that we know?
What, faith and family?
Yes, and fishing. What local angler, professional angler, has that motto?
I'm sorry, Larry.
Mark Rose. Okay. Did you hear
I could
that?
have guessed that one.
Yeah. Did you hear that one, Frank? Frank said, we're having trouble with Frank.
He's having technical difficulties.
Yeah, he's having technical, but that's who it is, Bradley. I hope you don't mind me throwing that out there.
No, Mark's a great guy, yeah.
Mark's a real great guy. So what's ahead for you? What's next?
Just right now I'm actually waiting on my new boat, my new Triton to get in.
Yeah.
And, this is the time of the year where it's kind of the slowest it is for us. We still have, Pro Fishermen still have a lot going on as far as, renewing sponsorship deals. I just finished up my new, of course, I got the Grundens deal we just signed. And
yes.
Also renewed a deal with Covercraft again. So that's what's going on right now, waiting on my boat to get in. As soon as it gets here, I'll be rigging it like crazy, and then we'll hit the trail in January and February.
Well, it looks like the Grundens guys have come up with some pretty good guys. And Skeet Reese, he's in there, one of your pro staff guys. It's been on this show. How about Gerald Spoiner out of Gonzales, Louisiana, Todd Klein, and even threw a New Jersey guy in there that I don't really know, Adrian Avena, like I do you. But that's a good group, and so I'm assuming you're getting ready to start back in May, hopefully, right? I mean, this has been trying times, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting year, with COVID and just getting some of our tournaments canceled. And I understand we got to be careful, but all of us fishermen, that's what we do. We fish, and we're eager to get back out there. So I think we've come up with some plans to be able to do it safely.
I think you have to.
And I'm hoping we can jump back out there, February, March time frame, and get a full season in. That's my hope and my prayer, because I just think that's what we need, and I think the fans are ready for it. I think they want to see it too. We want to get back to something normal,
Well, I'm ready to get back to normal. Hey, Bradley Roy, thank you, buddy, for being on Outdoors with Larry Ray. A great job, and I don't believe in luck, so I hope you have a successful 2021 and a happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and your family too. Okay, buddy?
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Have a great day. Okay, let's take a break. Be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.